Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual olive mind community, learning as we grow along our ascension path. We're going to get into today's message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on. And I love the immediate shift in the energy as soon as I hit record on this. We're going to get into today's channeling before we start with the message. And you'll find out why I'm just loving that immediate shift in the energy. So right away, I'm just guided to the fact that today is the 18th. There is a sense of completion, going back to the messages from the past few days about reaching this finalization in the negotiation between that inner masculine and feminine. But also, before I get too much into all of this here, we'll go over the numbers. So a number that was very clear in my mind this morning was 4s. That's carrying forward from yesterday. Oh my gosh, even in the words that I'm using. So 4s are very significant. I'm also feeling guided to mention, I was working on a bunch of like numerology research last night. Also, I don't usually do this. I have like my numerology like cheat sheet here in front of me. So I feel like we might end up needing that in today's reading. We're already talking about numerology, but I think 4 was from the archangels, like support and assistance from the archangels. And I'm again loving that to go along with that shift in energy, because again, you'll see where I'm getting to with that. Some more numbers that came through. 1s and 2s are really strong today. We see that in the date. And some other numbers that I was seeing, 9s are significant. 5s are significant. I was seeing 595, 545, and 626. A lot of palindrome numbers, but a lot of them containing the number 5. And 2s, again, 626, like 2s are really significant. And so with the channelings, I was standing outside this morning and there was a bird in a tree in my yard, and it was singing a song, and I was like, I have never heard this before. What kind of bird is that? And I realized that it was a finch, just a common finch. And I thought that's really interesting because I've never heard a finch sing a tune like that. And when I thought that, I heard sing a different tune. And I was like, okay, well, what is it that we need to be singing? What were we singing and what do we need to be singing? Well, then sure enough, a little later on, I started to catch myself in this thought process where a lot of like undesirable thoughts were coming to mind, you know, just kind of being critical, self-critical, negative thought patterns, and just all kinds of things coming up. And I was just kind of like, why is this coming up? I was catching these things. I was being aware of them. I was analyzing them, holding space for them, sending them on their way. But even though I was able to catch these things coming up and reminding myself to, you know, bring my vibration and my thoughts positive, it was like something kept forcing my mind to think about these thoughts that I just didn't want to be having, like negative thought patterns. And then I was feeling like it wasn't just my own energy. So I was starting to think that there was a message for the collective about just being mindful of our thoughts today. And that's why I was loving like that shift in energy as soon as I started recording, because there was a lot of like just like negative thought patterns that were bringing up emotions that were just unnecessary. And it felt, so unnecessary. And so what I ended up doing is I was like, I got to get this stuff out of my brain. And so I started listening to some like mindful, not meditations, just like videos on YouTube. I can link a few for you if you're interested in that. Just let me know, just so that you guys can use this as a tool and a resource for yourself if you're feeling like you just need assistance in breaking that pattern. Like you're catching it, you're aware of it, and you know what to do and you're doing it, but it's like you need that extra assistance. And that's okay. And that's why number 4 is here. Assistance of the angels. Right? So your angels are here. And we talked about in a message, was it yesterday or the day before, about it's really significant that birds are trying to communicate to you. And again, going back to that finch this morning, singing a different tune. I've never heard a finch sing like that before. And yes, so definitely some guidance there about just being mindful of our thoughts today. And as I was shuffling the cards, I actually saw a card come through from the Finding Inner Peace deck that I'm actually wanted to read it to you. It was number 12 in the book. 12 in the deck. It's on page 7, okay? So 12s, 1s, and 2s, again, being significant. 3s, 1 and 2 equaling 3. That's a very significant number in terms of alignment and balance, and there having been a catalytic event to create change. I'm really feeling that 5 energy. And then page 7 being spirituality. Okay, this is about your ascension path, your growth. So number 12 was being gentle with myself. And the affirmation is, I'm gentle with myself to make happiness in my life a priority. Right? So just like what was happening to me today, I was having that negative thought pattern. I was catching it. I was doing all of the things to release it. But things just kept bombarding my brain. And so I was doing, I was being gentle on myself and doing what was necessary to shift out of that. There is more here on this. So take the time you need to invest in yourself, whether this means meditating, finding a personal coach who excites you, or spoiling yourself with a bunch of flowers. Also be kinder towards others, as it will impact the way you think about and treat yourself. The world needs more humanity. And also along with that message, it's bringing me to the playlist that I have. It's a little different than what I usually have. This is something I listen for myself when I'm needing to focus or when I need to connect with nature, but I'm just not able to in that moment. Because I was really feeling there's really strong guidance coming through in the need to ground today. And very specifically coming through, grounding through nature. So I put on this playlist because I thought you all might enjoy it. I know I really do, but going back to being gentle with yourself, they talk about, whether it's through meditation, finding a coach, and grounding through nature. Okay, so if that resonates, I hope that found you. So going on from there, I was shuffling some more cards and some stuff was coming through about doing what you love to bring peace and enlightenment. Okay, and we'll see what comes through on that. Then there was something about balancing the chakras. And I think we were talking a little bit about balance and meditation and, grounding through nature, okay? And then there was something that came through about this energy, about comfort. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like a soothing energy, like a warm blanket, or I wrote down warmth, blanket, tea. But I'm also feeling like not feast energy, but just soothing through comforting, nourishing foods like soups and stews. But it's just comfort. I'm gonna circle that because comfort is just a really strong word now that I'm going over this with you. So grounding, nature. There's also something really strong about awakening expression and creativity, specifically through music or instruments. And as I was shuffling the tarot, it was really funny because almost all of the cards fell on my lap. Literally the whole deck almost fell on my lap. And there was a message there where I was like, what I got was there's many incoming messages or communications from spirit. And that brought me back around to that finch. And back to yesterday's message where I've been talking about the birds are trying to communicate with you. And I really do feel that 4 energy strong. I feel that is your guides, your spirit team, your ancestors. I'm hearing ascended masters as well, trying to communicate with you. So we'll see where we end with today's message. I'm actually like kind of want to get into all of my decks, but let's just see where we end up. We'll start with the tarot as always. My name's Crystaljoy, wounded healer, helping to guide you through the depths of your soul to illuminate the light within. And I do want to take a moment as well just to pause and say thank you so much to all my new subscribers and all the likes and the comments. It truly means so much. You know, I'm here for you all, and I love to be able to build a community where we can be there for one another. So thank you so much for being here and all the support and your beautiful messages. Yes, and please don't be scared to ever share any of your, don't be scared, sorry, to share any of your questions or anything like that, anything that you ever want to know, okay? On the tarot today, I have the quartz stone, so I'm feeling very strongly protection from this, but also some moon energy. I'm actually seeing crystals in the moon, so some guidance to charge your crystals under the moon. The next moon is a new moon. The beaver moon on the 23rd. So there might be something significant with the moon. We'll see what comes through. Let's go ahead and get the message. So what is it that we need to be aware of and focusing on today? Okay. And this one too. 3 cards. I love when that happens. It's always a confirmation for me that this is where we need to be. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. What is that? The 10 of Wands? Excuse me for 1 second. The 10 of Wands and the 6 of Cups all in the reverse. So once again, I do see this teeter-totter ride between the energies of the inner masculine and feminine today. Again, is focus on the feminine. It looks like we have like a 2-day cycle with the readings. Like 2 days it's masculine energy, 2 days it's feminine energy. But the queen energy, yesterday we saw almost all of the queens come through in the upright. Right now what I see is someone's just feeling a bit defeated. And I'm picking up on that with that like negative thought patterns that were coming up for me today. Feeling defeated in something that you are working towards in the past and feeling as though I feel like you're stuck on this. And that's what those negative thought patterns are, is that's what was coming up for me, is like things that were like from the past that were so irrelevant, and playing conversations and situations in my mind that hadn't even happened yet. Just sometimes we think about things and we're like, okay, well, if this is what is said, then what is our response going to be? There's no need to go there. That hasn't even happened yet. And so be mindful of your thoughts. Thoughts become things. And so when you put your energy into that kind of thought process, those things could very well materialize in your life. And then you're thinking like, I knew it, it's intuition. You have to be careful with that. And that's really what I'm feeling. The Queen of Wands is really a queen that's all about passion. And it's not only a disconnection from the passion, but it's almost like going back to talking about turning that pain into passion to fuel your fire. It's like for this collective of feminines that I'm speaking to, when you go from passion to pain, it's like you turn that fire on yourself. It's like I'm seeing a dragon that's breathing fire on itself. As soon as I was thinking about that, I was seeing my cat, Jackie here. She's calico. She's got a lot of orange on her. Fire energy, right? She was chasing her tail the other day. So there's like this energy of like you're chasing your own tail. You're breathing your own fire on yourself. And it's this energy of you're turning on yourself. But I also do feel that it's not in an incredibly harsh manner. I was going to say nurturing, and I was like, well, how is this nurturing? And then I was like, but the moon. There is something very significant about this moon coming up that's going to help us to release and purge. You know, to me, full moons are really the time that are all about releasing. And we did just step through a very powerful full moon. And so maybe this is the final release of that purge as we step into the new moon so that we can set those new intentions. Releasing those thought patterns. This is not just those thought patterns, but there's something here about just working so hard on focusing on the past. Focusing on, I'm hearing what wasn't, like that expression about what might have been, could have been, would have been, on what wasn't. Like, don't think about the coulda, woulda, shoulda, because this is in the past. You know, I want to give some guidance right now on something that I do. It's a really powerful tool for myself, is I'm able to rewrite my memories of things that were painful or traumatic to me. And how I do that is, let's just say if you have something come up from the past and you're so focused on it and it's causing you pain, rewrite it in your memory. See it go a different way. See it go in a way that would serve everyone's highest good. And by doing that, you're able to shift the energy associated with that feeling. I should probably do a video on explaining that a little bit more, because I know I don't have a lot of time in my storage. So if you are interested in knowing more about that, let me know. But let's find out a little bit more here, because again, this is just confirmation about what I was saying about like where our minds are at. And this is for anyone who does identify as masculine as well. This is your inner feminine who's going through this right now. So if you do identify as masculine, then, you know, and you are experiencing this, like if this is resonating with you, this is your inner feminine that's feeling this way. So you need to nurture the inner feminine, right? The moon energy, I did talk about that. And as I was saying that about like the masculine energies who are resonating with this, I was guided to look at number 4 again. And it made me think about the 4 of Wands. And I think in yesterday's message, before the 4 of Wands came out, I channeled it, but I think I called it the 4 of Swords. So that was a message for someone, okay? 4 of Swords is all about resting, recuperating. If you don't do that, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna put yourself in this like negative mindset. So I just wanted to go back and just kind of highlight that for anyone who might have caught it. I didn't catch it at the time, but I am seeing the 4 of Wands again now that I'm talking about masculines who are resonating with this message. I'm being told to look at the bottom. 2 of Swords. But it's in the upright position. We do have that moon energy, right? So, oh, okay. It's like you have a choice between the moon energy, the new moon or the full moon, right? And it's like, for some of you, when we go through the energies of the full moon, when it's time to purge, there's a message about needing how to learn how to disconnect from that energy. Because there's like this pattern where the moon energy comes up and you're like, okay, purge, release, and release, and release, and purge, and more, and when does this end? And okay, well now I feel like I'm breathing fire on myself. Understand, this goes back to a message a few days ago about following those cycles. Reminding yourself that everything in life is about cyclical pattern. And so it's okay, once you've done some of that purging, it's okay to step out of that for a little while. Step into the new moon energy. You deserve that. Those ships are in the harbor. They're blowing their horns. This is like, and for some of you, that's almost like why your ships aren't coming in, is because you keep yourself in this purge energy. And what I feel from that, again, I felt like this was very nurturing. This is why, because you do this because you want to heal. You want to ascend. but you gotta go easy on yourself. And that's why I said Four of Swords yesterday, not Four of Wands, before it came through in the cards, because there was guidance for you to take some time to rest before you do this to yourself. I did this to myself. I stayed up late last night. I woke up this morning and I was all like, in my brain, you know, and like I said, it was unnecessary. So understand that, yes, purging and healing is part of the journey, but you also deserve to be abundant. So step into that new moon energy. It's okay to detach from the full moon energy for a little while and step into basking in your abundance, expressing gratitudes, journaling, setting your intentions. The energy is really intense in a very good way. I almost feel very lightheaded, but again, in a good way, in a very exhilarating way. I want to split the deck. This keeps coming through. And this is about reciprocity. That's the message that keeps coming through when I see this card. And what did I say earlier? Something about reciprocity. I did say the word feast when comfort came through. Comfort yourself, right? It's really strong. Something about reciprocity. We'll see what else comes through here, but we'll see. I'm going to leave that in there. We'll see if that comes back out. How much time do I have here? Okay, we'll get another card, another message from the tarot, and then we'll see what deck we end with. So definitely we're seeing some guidance already. I know some of you are like, what's on the bottom of the deck? I know you can see it. It's the Page of Wands. I'm turning the deck down because I don't want too much to come through, because I know I only have so much storage space on my phone. This is like literally a confirmation of what I just said. I don't even need any more tarot. This is what I just said about stepping away from the full moon energy. You do so much in regards to your healing journey. I've been saying that in the messages the last few days. I've been talking about how powerful you are. I've been talking about how you probably don't even realize how powerful you are. You are doing so much. It's okay to rest a little while. It's okay to look at those ships in the harbor and look at what they have, what they contain, what is coming from them. I'm also hearing what is coming to light. There is like downloads and realizations that want to come in for you, but because it's like you're so busy nipping on your own tail, they're not coming in. You're not hearing the messages coming into you from spirit, from the birds. But this is a card about seeing opportunity. And this is Wands. This is still that passion, that fire. Something got Jackie stirred up a little bit here. So it's okay to step out of feeling as though you are constantly on edge and on guard. There is like a sense of survival mode. Jackie is a trauma survivor, so she goes through that. Step out of that mindset that you're in. Survival mindset. I'm hearing crisis mindset and this like negative thought patterns that we talked about. This is seeing the potential and the opportunities. It's time for you to focus on your intentions. You gotta release that past for a little while. Again, it's not improper of you to not be constantly focused on what do I need to heal next. It is appropriate for you to take breaks in between. Okay, because you are going to create a lot of pain for yourself. I'm seeing the Devil card. A lot of pain if you don't take time for yourself and take time to recognize your accomplishments, the outcome, like the accomplishments of all the healing that you've been doing, where you are right now. That came through recently. about where you are and who you are right now. What was it? That's not it exactly. Of who and where you are, okay? And seeing the opportunity and the intentions and the dreams that you have for yourself, tapping back into the passion and the fire as you release. I'm seeing like 10 of Swords energy, taking those swords out of your back, like literally a fire breathing on himself, like stabbing yourself in the back kind of energy. That devil, there's like self-sabotage lingering under the surface. I channeled that yesterday, okay? I'm telling you, please, 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 I hope that if this resonates, that you will be able to find the time to guide yourself away from the energy that you're currently in, because I'm just not liking the energy that I feel could potentially be in your path for you. I feel like that was very clear and direct, so I don't feel like I need anything more from the tarot. But I also really do want to point out the similarity in the cards, okay? A lot of blue skies here. There's blue skies in every single one of these cards, right? So it's like, that's a message in itself too, where although you are in this energy, this is the thing, right? Our mindset is a choice. And I'll share this with you. This is the message, okay? I remember once upon a time, I lived in where I am, British Columbia, years ago. And at the time, I was not in a healthy mindset. And so even though I was in these, I remember one day walking along the seawall and my brain was just so toxic and I let it make me toxic. And I remember just thinking this was the most miserable day. I was not enjoying myself. It should have been a time where I should have been in complete bliss, falling in love with the scenery. And, you know, now that I've gone away and healed and returned, now when I see that scenery, I'm just like, I can't believe how beautiful this is. And it's nothing changed but my mindset, right? And so you have a choice to see the good or to allow your mind to not only make you feel toxic within, but make your environment feel toxic. It's like there are blue skies around you, but you're still feeling this energy that we've described. So you have a choice. Are you going to focus on this energy that you have every right to detach from right now, or are you going to look up at the blue sky? Wow, that was beautiful. I think I do want to get a finding inner peace on that, because we got some strong stuff come through on that. And I put my heart amethyst on this deck. So going back to the past and going back to the song, Back to Life, Back to Reality, Back to Here and Now. I'm channeling that again right now. This heart amethyst is the very first stone I ever got myself. I must have been like 12 years old, like the card in the book, right? I must have been that age. And I was on a trip in the United States, and I saw this in a record store. And I was so in love with it, and I spent all the money I had with me for the entire trip on this stone. I had to have it. So the stone has been with me for quite a while in my journey. But yeah, so there's like that energy of the past, right? I love that. And it's a heart. So again, I'm feeling that comfort energy, that warmth, soothing, the support from the higher realms. So what we'll get from the Finding Inner Peace today is just an affirmation to coincide with today's message on how it is that we can step away from this mindset, the energies that we're feeling today. Let's see what comes through for our guidance, please. There it is. Oh my goodness. I just cannot. All I've seen so far is the number and the image on the card, and I'm just like, I quit. I don't quit. I love it here. Number 34, okay. My lifetime dreams. I didn't even read the quote yet. So I'm just going to show you the card first, okay? Look at that moon energy, the beach, okay? Strong guidance about connecting to nature. We talked about the moon energy in this reading, okay? This is a new moon, by the way, right? The full moon is the bright moon, is the complete moon. This is heading into a new moon energy, right? We're stepping into a new moon. And this is like nature vibes, beach vibes. I just told you a story about the, you know, focusing on resentment from a past experience. Like, it's all right here on the picture of the card. Our affirmation today: I don't have to dream my life, as I have the power to manifest my lifetime dreams. It literally is a choice to choose which mindset to focus on. And this also makes me think about, I did write down, I spoke about it in the beginning of the message, doing what you love to bring peace and enlightenment. It's a very similar message. And then it makes me also think about the messages where I've been channeling the doing what you dream. Doing what you dream to create your new fantasia, to create a new reality. So once again, number 34, my lifetime dreams. I don't have to dream my life, as I have the power to manifest my lifetime dreams. And the guidebook does have a little bit more. I think I do want to get that for you. Again, I did speak about 4s are significant, 3s are significant. And that brings us to 7 energy. So 7, it's all about a spiritual awakening here. So the other message with this card: write down your dreams. Didn't I talk about journaling and intention setting? Write down your dreams and end with the words, my life will be like this or better, to the highest welfare of all. Visualize what your life will look like when you achieve your dreams and feel as though you already have what you want. Take action to help the universe make what you wish for happen, right? And that's all about timeline jumping, right? When we put ourselves in the energy of what it will be like once we have the thing, if we put ourselves in an energy as if we already have that which we want, it will come to us because we are in that energy for it to come in. If we are caught in a negative mindset, the things that we are wanting to bring in for ourselves are not going to come through. We're going to bring through the negative things. And I'm not sure if my video is picking up on this. I live in a household of musicians. One of my roommates is playing a guitar right now. I did say in the beginning of this that there was something very strong about creativity, okay? Music and instruments, very specific, okay? So I'm gonna leave it there. If this did resonate, please like and comment. And once again, thank you to all my subscribers, and I'll see you in my next video.